Okay, what's up, Smutty Buddies? Welcome back to the True Smut Podcast. I am your host, Essie.
And I'm Addie.
And obviously we have a special guest today, Robb himself, the man, the myth, the legend. Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah,
Yay.
Thanks for having me. Very excited and
We're
flattered
super
for
stoked.
being invited.
Absolutely. So, Robb, tell us, for the people that live under a rock and do not know who you are, tell us a little bit about yourself, what you've narrated. Tell us the fun facts of you.
Yeah. So my name is Robb Moreira, for those that don't know. I also record under a pseudo, Ivan Moreira, where I do a slightly spicier fare. For those who may not know who I am, I'm in a little series called, the Empyrean series, aka Fourth Wing.
Just a little one.
It's
Just
a tiny one,
Not crazy.
Small footprint in the vast audiobook industry. And where I voiced the character of Riddick in the graphic audio version of the book, of the series, I should say. And I was also, one that folks sometimes don't realize, is that I was also in Crescent City, where I voiced the Autumn King. So those are probably the two most popular characters that I've voiced at the moment.
I actually just learned about that over the weekend because I was starting Crescent City, and then I was like, wait, he's in this? What?
Yeah. A lot of folks don't realize it, and then they usually hear it, and then they see the credits and see I'm in it, and then they have to backtrack because they're like, wait, who was he in there? I didn't hear that. Because they're waiting to hear the Riddick voice. They're like, I didn't hear that voice in there. And it's like, oh, he's that terrible father.
The trick that people don't realize is a good voice actor, he's not going to sound like Riddick.
Indeed.
He needs to sound like a different character. It's not Riddick in Crescent City.
Yeah, I would say those
confusing.
are probably the two most different voices that you'll probably hear from me outside of my really young kid characters. I do a lot of youthful boys, a lot of 10-year-olds, 11-year-olds that I voiced for graphic audio as well. So they're in there.
Oh my God, wait, really? Because I didn't know that.
Yes,
but
yeah.
I don't remember which book it was. Essie she forced me to read a book, and the worst thing in it was the male narrator's kid voice, and I was like, I need him to stop this. It's so bad.
Yeah, if for anybody who's a fan of the Red Rising series, I actually voice Pax, and Pax is he's 11 years old. But he's like a soldier, so he's very intelligent.
Yeah.
But it is using my highest register, so you'll hear me being a boy in that.
Okay, now I feel I need to go listen to that.
Yeah. If you listen to those three, that is my range. Autumn King is the lowest in my range. Close to lowest. Yeah. I would say the lowest in my range was a book that I did called Hunted by Kaylessa Black, where I was a Texan kind of cowboyish kind of guy. That's probably my lowest register, while my highest would be like Pax or the character Mika in the video game Genshin Impact. So
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
So as a Texan in that, did you say y'all a lot?
It was a light Texan. I would say it was probably closer to a Matthew McConaughey, where it's kind of he's Texan, but he's not doing the isms as much. He's he's not doing,
because I'm in Texas.
So, okay. Yeah.
But I know people in other states and everything, even Essie, but I have a friend in Arizona who he says y'all now.
Oh, okay.
And every time he does, he gets so mad and he's like, this is your fault. I'm like, I didn't
It's
do
funny because I'm in
anything.
New York and I happen to say y'all too. So it's
I say y'all all the time, and I'm from Arizona.
Yeah, it's broken. It's
think
broken the borders.
I think it's just you pick up the accents of people randomly, and it's I can't help it. I don't know what to do.
Maybe I just say it too Texan sometimes. Y'all.
I don't think
y'all
it's super Texan.
What are y'all doing?
Y'all doing?
What are y'all doing?
That's the most Texan way to say that. What are y'all doing?
What are y'all doing?
Something. Oh, I said Decatur the other a few weeks ago, and
wow.
my husband was like, "What was that?" I was like, We passed a sign. It said Decatur. He's like, "That is not what you said."
It's not what I heard.
Decatur.
That's what you said. It's not what I heard.
I understand what you said, but it's not how you said it.
It just
I'm
came
sorry,
out.
ma'am. Did I leave my boots under your bed? Who are you?
I'm not even from Texas.
Good gracious.
Oh my gosh.
Full assimilation.
That's amazing.
I mean, I have been here like pretty much my entire life, so I guess
okay.
technically, but
There
I
you
don't
Born
go.
and raised in Arizona. I just don't know what accent I have because the things that I say, there's just words that I'm like, I don't say them correctly, and I know I don't. Like, I can't say the word beg correctly. It sounds like I'm from Minnesota.
Oh.
I'm from Arizona. I don't know what to tell you. It's fine. It's fine.
I feel like accents tend to blend the more we consume from different places or who we happen to be, who we happen to know and like, become friendly with, especially now, just with like, the internet. Like we have so many friends from all over at this point, or you just start picking up isms from everywhere.
Yeah.
Depending on your friend group.
Well, and I used to work for the NHL, so I was around a lot of Canadians. And the Canadians have their strong accents.
Oh, yeah.
And I have the Southern twang randomly from things, and then I have Canadian. It's a hybrid of confusion.
So when you said things, I was waiting for you to say thangs, but...
I know, I was too.
I
was waiting for
it. I just say things.
It's a
Got a couple thangs.
It's a thing. But I was curious. So how long have you been narrating for?
Narrating specifically about 5 years, I would say.
How did you get into it? I feel like that's kind of one of those things like, do you just like plop and you're like, I'm there?
Yeah, it was a little bit of both. I mean, I had already been voice acting for about 6-ish years, maybe like 6-7 years. I was already full time. And audiobooks was a genre of voiceover that I was kind of avoiding. I was kind of actively avoiding, only because it's that kind of thing where you hear the horror stories and then the horror stories dictate the reality that you've made up in your head. So to me, all I had heard were people who were starting doing audiobooks through the ACX platform where they have to, self-edit and engineer and master. And as somebody who mainly worked in commercials and video games and animation, that sounded like an absolute drag because bougie me, I'm used to having engineers do all of that. I just walk in, I just do my thing for an hour and I'm like, okay, bye, and I'm done. The magic is done somewhere else. You know what I mean? I didn't have to do that.
I just showed up.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm just
I do
talent.
The work, Essie.
I'm just here to be pretty. Like that's what I'm used to. And I was like, what do you mean I have to work?
It's
what do you mean I have
princess
to
treatment. We like it.
You know what I mean? So I was kind of like, that sounds awful. I don't want to do that. But I was doing audio descriptions. That was actually something that I was doing a lot, which is, for those that don't know, audio descriptions is for TV for the blind. So if they want to watch TV with somebody who, isn't visually impaired, they're able to hear basically a description on, from the TV that's describing what's happening in the scene so that they're able to watch with that person.
I didn't even know that's a thing. That's
it's like one of the options that you could put on your TV, and some shows have it, some don't. And
cool.
I did audio descriptions for maybe like 6-7 years, and I did it for like Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood, a lot of kids shows I did it for. And the one of the directors, she actually did audiobooks, and the thing with audio descriptions is that it's all cold reading. You don't see the script until you literally walk into the session, and then you're recording like a half-hour TV show, just like like it's going back to back. So I got really well versed at cold reading. So she told me, she's like, "Listen, you're really good at this. You should really check out audiobooks." And I'm like, I don't know, kind of hemming and hawing about it.
Don't make me do it.
Yeah, I was like, but eventually she kind of convinced me, and she was like, "Please let me just put, just a feeler. Let me just put your name out there and just see what happens." So I finally kind of, relented, and I said, "Okay, fine, go for it. I give you my blessing. I guess we'll see what happens." Well, in doing that,
it went slightly well.
It went good,
just a little.
But it was like a really tiny like pebble that then turned into a snowball like a year later. Because I am Latino and I am fluent in English and Spanish, that is a very hot commodity technically across all voiceover genres. It's actually hard to find many Latinos that are able to do both interchangeably, read and, translate on the fly. That's actually a pretty unique skill overall,
right?
In voiceover. So there was a lot of books that needed Latino narrators because there'll be full books in English, but there is going to be the occasional Spanish word or city or whatever the case may be, or character, what have you. So I got my first book through one of the big 5 publishers. Actually, they reached out to me. They had heard about me, and I was kind of like, oh, I don't know if I should say okay.
They found me.
I know, yeah. So I was like, dang it, they got me. But what do I do? And I was like, you know what? Maybe if I just like throw a per finished hour rate. And mind you, I've never done an audiobook, so technically I should be in a certain rate range that's not too highfalutin. Who am I? I'm nobody in this business, right?
I'm just new here. I'm a baby.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know nothing. So I threw a number and I acted like I was making some kind of demand, like I'm not going to engineer and I'm going to punch and roll and this is what I demand. Little did I know that's actually kind of the norm. So I just kind of sounded, I thought I was doing something cool. And
you
they were
thought
like,
you were being
okay.
so bougie with this, and they're like, yeah, this is normal.
They were like,
yeah,
that sounds great. I'm like, oh. Well, crap.
Oh, shit. Just when I thought I was going to be cool and innovative, I'm not
I
cool
thought
and
I dodged
innovative.
it, flexing some stuff. Yeah,
they were kind of like, oh my gosh, this man's great. He's not demanding the sun, moon, and stars.
Yeah. They were kind of like, yeah, that's what we do, but
you're like, yeah, that's not normal. Like, that's not a new thing. Do you have a special request?
Exactly. So I was like, all right, I guess I'll do a book. So that's kind of how it started.
What was your first audiobook that you narrated?
It was a nonfiction actually, and it was just it was depressing. It was called City of Omens, and it was about the rising HIV epidemic in Mexican cities. From like women from basically women that are there that are being prostituted and trying to make money to basically cross the frontier to come to the United States, and just the horror stories that these women have gone through.
God.
And
damn,
it was just so depressing, incredibly interesting though, because it was just like I had no clue it was as bad.
Sounds like a great first audiobook.
But man, I went through that book and I was like, I don't know if I could do this. This is like, if this is what I'm narrating, like I can't. This is like soul crushing work. Yeah, I'm like, this is heavy. I don't know if I could do this regularly. This is crazy. So my first book was like a really heavy book, topic wise. But it went well. I recorded again because I was good at cold reading. I was able to read, kind of plow through pages fairly quickly. So they really liked that. They were like, holy crap. Like, we were projecting like a week's worth of work and he cleared it like in 3-4 days. Like that was not expected. So word kind of traveled from engineer to engineer, and it just kind of like my name kind of started getting passed around to engineers overall. They were like, hey, listen, if you need a Latin dude that like reads freaking good, you want this guy.
And he reads
that's basically
fast.
Yeah, it was a lot of word of mouth that actually kind of built my overall kind of audiobook career. It was just a lot of really good word of mouth on the back end.
So I wonder, is that the case typically in like the voice actor community? Is like, or do people sometimes have like a agent or something like that like kind of like does the scouting for you, or is a lot of it word of mouth and like having your name known?
It's a little bit of both, and it depends on the genre. For audiobooks, agents don't necessarily touch audiobooks too much because it's a lot of work with very little payback.
Gotcha.
So them getting involved is kind of like, it just doesn't make sense. Yeah. It's a very time-consuming genre that doesn't pay that doesn't pay them very well. Because if you think about it, just one person reading, let's say, just a solo narration, I mean, that could be 2 weeks worth of work.
Right.
While if you take a talent and focus on commercial, I mean, besides the fact that commercial pays incredibly incredibly higher. It's also a lot quicker. So you can stack up a lot of commercial work back to back to back to back that all pay really, really well. So,
fair.
The return on investment is much better in some genres than it is in others. So audiobook isn't really one of them. So audiobooks is really kind of not necessarily who you know, as
Just
much
getting
as
your
who
name
knows
out
you.
there and spreading the word about
Yeah,
yourself.
you want people to know who you are. So
Yeah.
having a good rep, especially for the movers and shakers, that's really what's going to make the the biggest difference.
Yeah.
And that was the case for me. I wasn't going out and necessarily networking and meeting people. I mean, I was 230 books deep, and I still didn't know really any narrators personally. And that was just all back end stuff. I knew a lot of engineers though that knew me, a lot of directors. And a lot of the big publishers, they just knew who I was. So, I was incredibly fortunate in that regard.
So how long into your narrating journey before you got picked up for Fourth Wing? And was it all a word of mouth, or how did that happen? If you can explain on that. Obviously.
Yeah, no. Well, Fourth Wing was a little different because I was already working with graphic audio, so they kind of have a large stable of talent, and then they kind of cast us accordingly. And depending on the series or the book, sometimes authors are like, "You guys cast it, we trust you," and then it is what it is. While others, they'll be like, we just want to make sure we know who you have in mind for the main
have
two
a voice
characters.
Visualizing that character.
Yeah, it's I just want to know who the main two characters are, and then everybody else you could cast accordingly. Or they'll just be like, we need to do auditions for these characters, and then the rest you can cast. And that was kind of that was what happened with Fourth Wing. So there were auditions for Violet and Xaden. I don't know if there were any other characters that got that were auditioned, but Riddick I was just cast.
Okay.
Yeah, the director Scott he just cast me accordingly.
He's like, done.
Yeah.
This one.
I was like, that's Rob.
That would be Rob. Thank you so much.
That's
We'll
definitely
that.
Rob. Yeah.
I feel like I have to admit, I haven't listened to the graphic audio of Fourth Wing yet.
Absolutely
I know.
insane.
Because I read the book and then I like reading the books first, and then I like doing the audio. Stop shaking your head at me, ma'am.
I think that's a good way to go about it, though.
Yeah, and by the time I was doing the audio,
go about it. Yeah,
graphic wasn't out yet, so
okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because it did take a little. There wasn't necessarily an overlap. It was pretty.
Yeah, I had finished it, and I haven't even started Iron Flame yet because I know it ends on a cliffhanger, and I'm like, I'm not torturing myself with this.
Yeah. The Iron Flame ending had everybody kind of like, what the frick?
Everybody's pissed
Well,
about
apparently
it.
it was the same with Onyx Storm, so I'm like, I'm not doing
Onyx
this
Storm
myself.
also has
a
a pretty big, what the crap?
See? I'm not
So
putting myself through that torture.
Yeah,
Why? Everybody
Rebecca
else did.
has. Yeah.
I've already tortured myself enough. I don't know if you heard already, Essie, but my Darling Reverie got pushed back again. And
yes, I know.
There's no ETA now, so I'm still just on a cliffhanger with that.
Yikes.
I'm dead. I'm dying.
So Rob, like Addie said, is she likes to read the book before she does the audio. So this has been a new fun fascination for people because most people that read books can hear a character voice in their head as they're reading.
Yes.
Mine is a squirrel on a treadmill. I have no voice.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've heard some folks that are like that where they're like, no, I just read the words. There are no voices.
It's literally about as entertaining up here as reading an email.
I hear you. Yeah, one of my buddies was like that. They were like, you hear voices when you read? I'm like,
yes.
I freaking
And they were like, I just kind of read. I'm like, what? I don't know what that means. I'm like, I don't know what that means.
It's literally like me reading your shirt right now. That's about as much as it would be for a book. So like me reading Onyx Storm last night because I started it because with the next book coming out, I'm like, okay, I need to read it because I'm going to be pissed if there's something in it that I don't have. That's going to be included in the next book. So like I need to start it. And I was on a video call and they're like, Essie, why are you holding the book? I'm like, I immersive read. I still have the book. I just need to have the voice reading the book to me.
Gotcha. Okay.
So,
that's fun.
I mean, it's fun, but I would, I'd like to be creative enough to not just have to listen to the people, but like
Gotcha.
the audio, I prefer the audio. So half the time, I don't even own the book half the time. I just have the audio of it. So, like, when I listened to Fourth Wing, like, everything so far, I knew you as Riddick. Like, that is how the voice was, versus other people are like, wait, what does he play? I'm like, did you not listen to the audiobook? Are you okay? Like, this character, this guy right here, the one we are holding protectiveness on, making sure no one touches him. People, what? The passion that ensued when people are like, I haven't listened to the audio. I'm like, well, must be nice to have voices in your head that can tell you what the character sounds like. Not all of us are that lucky.
You want to hear another fun layer to that? So if I'm reading a book, like I'm prepping one right now, in reading the book, and I'm granted, I'm not just reading. It's not a recreational read. It is a prep because I am going to be narrating it.
It is a work read.
Yeah, it is a work read. But as I'm reading it, I'll read the dialogue, and if I don't like how I read it in my head, I'll reread it again.
Do you change
that?
Do you just change like the voice to try to figure?
Like halfway, I'm kind of towards the end, so like the voices are kind of like, because that was one part of it too, was what were the voices going to be? Because there are many characters, so I'm kind of like building out who's going to sound like what to make it vocally easier for me.
Right.
But I would like kind of read it a certain way, especially since I have like very obvious villains and I have very obvious kind of like dark heroes in it. But I'll read it and I was like, that's not broody enough. Let me read it again, like how I would perform it. So it's kind of like, so that's like another layer to reading it. It's like, I don't like the way I read that. Let me read it again.
See, if I could even imagine the voice of what they would sound like in my head, that'd be great. I have no voice. It's literally a squirrel on a treadmill. There is nothing happening up there. I have tabs of to-do lists. The words are just me reading it. It's really sad. I want voices.
Man. Don't worry, Addie. I'm right there with you. I'm with you.
Essie and I are fighting right now because we pick a book out for each other every single month to read.
Oh, nice.
And this month she chose Dungeon Crawler Carl for me. And she's like, well, you have to do the audio. And I'm like, I'm not saying I won't do the audio. I just don't want to do the audio first. Like, I like hearing the voices in my head first.
Right.
And she's like, but you have to do this. I'm like, I'm not saying I won't. Like, I literally promised her I would do the audio. I'm just not going to do it first.
Just
I
like
also haven't even started the book yet.
Listen, I already finished my book because I read Unhinged by Steph Macca. I already finished it. I was already mad, but I have to do audios. Otherwise, I get sad when people will send me a book as like an indie author will send me something and I'm super grateful. I will read the book, but like if you're like, oh, how did you like this character's personality? I'm like, what personality? I don't know what personality they
have. What do you mean? I just saw words they say. I don't know.
I read the words and the words were there. They were spelt great. I didn't see any grammatical errors. Like it looked great.
I will say, though, Addie, Dungeon Crawler Carl's audio is pretty top-tier work.
I've heard it is top tier. And I promised Essie that even if I read it and I absolutely despise it, I will still do the audio again.
Yeah. Like, my time is very thin. That's one of the ones that I at least kind of heard some just to kind of see what Jeff is doing. And I'm like, in hearing it, I was like, okay. I was like, all right, yeah.
I don't know how he's doing what he does.
This guy knows his stuff. This guy's really freaking good. Yeah, he's very, 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 very talented.
It's very impressive. And the range he does, I'm just like, how, like, I did not actually believe when people said it was just him. And then I listened and I was like, because obviously Audible's going to show like who the narrators are. It's not going to be like, oh, this is your primary, these are secondaries. Like, it just shows the names. I'm like, what do you mean? It's just one person doing 97 characters. I don't. What's
the beauty of lit RPG work?
I mean, I feel like that's just the beauty of voice actors, though. Like, you guys have such a crazy range. That's like, how is it just you do like 97 characters and they all sound different, have different accents and stuff? It's just, it blows my mind to this day.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that you don't necessarily work on. You know, that I feel like that is a misconception that some people may have when listening to actors like myself or Jeff or just people that have really wide ranges in terms of tones, females, whatever, accents, what have you. We don't practice. Like, we didn't train to do all of that. You know, that's not what we do. And I feel like sometimes that is something that voice actors that are beginning feel like they have to do. So then they'll do voiceover lessons, and then they'll do accent lessons, and then they'll take a lot of classes of different things. When it's like, there's a good chance a lot of us with wide ranges didn't do all of that.
Yeah.
So like that is a misconception that I feel like a lot of people do. It's not like we're just born with it. You know, it's not Maybelline. It ain't that either. It's just we kind of trained our ear, not necessarily our voice.
Yeah.
We just have a really good ear for sounds and tones. And it's not that we're doing impressions per se, but we're able to, it's kind of like the Hank Azaria effect. Obviously, I would hope everybody knows who Hank Azaria is, but like big thing.
Should I?
Hank Azaria? If you look him up, you'll know who he is. He's been in a lot of movies, but he's also in The Simpsons. That's probably his biggest credit.
I know The Simpsons. I'm good.
Yeah. He's Mo, the bartender.
Okay.
Yeah. He's the, I think he might be the mayor. He's definitely one of the cops.
He's
I think
a few
like
people.
He does a lot of different characters. But his thing is that when he's doing his characters, he's doing impressions of people that he knows, but not necessarily good impressions.
Oh, that's fun.
Which is great, because in not doing a good impression, it's more unique to you.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So nobody can be like, oh, that sounds like X. You know what I mean? Because it's in your own vibe. So like, that's what I do. Like, if people tell me like, oh, do Mickey Mouse, I'm like, it's going to be awful. But my impression of Mickey Mouse, I can put that to something else. Yeah. You know what I mean? And people might be like, oh, that kind of sounds like Mickey Mouse. I was like, yeah, but it's not.
Right, because you're not trying to copy and paste. You want a unique version of a Mickey Mouse.
It's a lot of inspiration, not necessarily direct imitation.
We don't got time for direct, because obviously, if you're wanting a specific voice actor, you don't want them to be a copy and paste of something else, because you could have copy and pasted that character.
Exactly.
But you want that specific voice for a reason, because in their own interpretation, but you still know it's them.
Yeah. Exactly. So a lot of the characters that I do are like cataloged either characters or actors in my brain that I imitate when I do it. So you may not know that it's them, but in my head, that's my shortcut.
That's fair.
That's kind of fun. So do you sit there like as you're reading and like prepping and kind of say like, okay, this is gonna be like X in my head?
That's literally exactly what I do.
Ta-da!
Yeah,
good job guessing, Addie.
Yeah, that's literally exactly how I do it.
I deserve a sticker.
Yeah, depending on the story, especially like if they tell me like, okay, you know, this is going to be one genre that I've done a lot is like I've done a lot of like thrillers, and where the main character might be like a cop or a detective or something like that. He has a voice. That's my detective. So that's a go-to already that I have in my head. He speaks in a specific cadence. It tends to sit lower in my register. He's kind of no nonsense. He doesn't give a crap, slightly sarcastic, a little charismatic. So like you like him, but he's also kind of like done with life. So it's like it's the same. That voice is like one of my go-tos. That's one of my shortcuts.
So when you get assigned to do a job or a book, I should say, do they give you like any snippets of like, yes, we want your voice, but we would like it to have like this tone, or we'd like it to have this personality, like a little bit of guidance, or do they just say, make a choices and come up with something?
Depends on the book.
Okay.
Usually you'll get some kind of character breakdown, hopefully. Authors are pretty good with that when they know at least the main characters what they want them to sound like. So they'll be like, you know, sits a little lower, maybe a little gravel, not too much if they're from a specific location. So sometimes you'll get that. Other times you might get a solo narration and the author is just kind of like, this is how you pronounce these kinds of words, because there's probably a lot of made up words, especially if it's like a fantasy or something like that. Characters, these are their ages. Have fun.
Wow.
Do your thing.
That's
so
wild.
Go forth.
Yeah, like go forth and conquer. Do your thing.
Conquer, maybe ride a dragon, and good luck.
Yeah. Which is cool, which I like it's definitely not something that every narrator probably approaches with an open mind. I prefer that. I prefer having no boundaries than more boundaries. When I have more boundaries, it tends to, I feel a little confined. You know, the peacock.
I was going to say the restrictions probably make it a little harder for you to be actually artistically creative with it.
Right. And when I don't have those restrictions, I also get I get bolder with my choices, which also colors the characters better too, and it makes them more diverse overall.
That's fair.
Yeah, like one series that I worked on, you know, again, he gave me no guardrails. He was just like, just you build this universe however you want, and it travels from planet to planet. Like there's species all over. There's so many different kinds of species. So there was one species that I specifically said, like, this is my Latin species, and they all have Latin accents. So they're all gonna. These are my Latinos, and the reason I did that is because they were like the way I imagined them. They're the conquistadors of this specific planet. They're the ones that hold all the power. They're the ones that everybody's like scared of, and I'm like, those are the Pizarros of this planet. So they're all going to have a Spanish accent. So I was like, that's going to be them. And they're like a dragon kind of creature, so they're a lot heavier too with the way they speak, and they're very proud in the way they talk. So it's like it adds a very colorful
that's so
kind of
fun.
Yeah, which is cool because, you know, when they're interacting with the main character, who's really just kind of me, you know, he's walking around like, you know, I'm going to take you down and blah, blah, blah. What are you talking about? You know, so it's like, oh, you know, it adds a lot more color to the story overall. So it's fun. It's nice having that kind of freedom.
That's totally fair.
Yeah.
Have you ever been like told like after you've recorded or done something where they're like, can you change that voice? Like, we don't really like it.
Never.
He's like, I wouldn't do it. And absolutely not.
Never. Thankfully. Knock on wood.
That's good.
Never. Yeah,
He's like, let's not start that now.
Yeah, I know. Let's not start that trend.
Yeah, no, I couldn't see that ever happening though.
Because, no. Thankfully, that's never happened. And usually, if I'm working on something and it is directly through the author, I'll record a sample.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, just so you know, this is what the main character is going to sound like. What do you think?
And
well,
then
I'm
sure people
kind of like,
going
okay,
in
cool,
and saying, we want Robb, they're sitting there, they know what your voice is. They know what your work is. And so, they're sitting there and they're like, yes, this is for sure.
Exactly. And especially with like with the publishers that I work with, I mean, they have like catalogs of my work. So if, you know, they pitch me as one of the handful of narrators to potentially do a book, they'll give them samples of work that I've done for them. So the author already knows more or less what I'm able to do. So once they give the okay, then it's approved, then we kind of go forward. While other times they'll be like, hey, we're thinking of submitting you, can you record this sample of the book? So then the author can actually hear me do that character or their character directly, and then they can, get approval from there, which is also good because then if they approve it, then I already know, okay, cool, go by the sample. This is what they're looking for. So that also makes it easier. And then other times it's just kind of like, no, just give me Robb. I know what he can do. Get him.
That is fair.
Yeah, I have one author, Plum Parrot. He requests me pretty regularly. I've done a lot of his books so far, and he's.
Do you
very
feel
awesome.
like so cool that you get like I want him? I feel like I'd just be like, I'm so cool.
Oh, so flattered. I'm honestly, that's more than anything. Is just I'm flattered because I when I first started getting really big into audiobooks, it was his series that kind of was my first big series. I mean, I'm 11 books deep, and that's been across like 3 years that I've been doing this universe for him. So when I first did it, it just kind of started like, hey, would you be interested in doing this? It's probably going to be about like 3 or 4 books. And then after like book 3, they were like, yeah, it's going to be like 9 books. And then that following year, they were like, yeah, it's actually like 12. I was like, oh, snap. This is like.
Just kidding. It's going to be more. I hope you don't mind.
Yeah. And it just progressively got bigger and bigger. But while I was doing that one, he was working on another series, and he was just like, I want Robb to narrate this series too. And I was just like, whoa, like I'm already doing a big series, but the fact that he wanted to hear me do another series again for him, I was just like, man, how cool is that? Like, that is so flattering.
Yeah,
you know?
That's awesome.
And then there was another series that's in duet, and same thing again. Get Robb. I want him to be my guy. And I'm like, oh, man, thank you. Like, that is so freaking cool.
You're like, thank you so much. My voice is liked.
I love it. And that's ultimately what I look for. As long as the author is happy, anything after that is really kind of
as long as the authors and the listeners are vibing, we're all good.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, I don't go into it with the delusion that everybody's gonna like me. You know, I know some people are gonna be like,
I'm just saying if they need to.
He's gonna fight.
I mean, I hope they do. I hope most of them do. But I feel like if I'm hitting like a 90%, I'm good. That's great in my opinion.
From the listener perspective, all I'm saying is I feel like you're well loved enough in the community that we have enough people offering pitchforks and knives if anything happens to you in the Fourth Wing series.
Oh yeah.
Like, we have enough people that are like,
we ride at dawn.
Don't touch him. Like, I already have, and again, I'm not asking for any sneak peeks because you're not going to say anything because, people hold it hostage. It's fine. But I'm just saying, if anything happens to you, Andarna or Taryn, riding at dawn, bye. No, I can't do it. I will have to go to therapy for the rest of the year.
I will say the Fourth Wing love is amazing. It's mind-boggling.
We're
actually
passionate.
Yeah, I was very surprised. The thing is, I didn't know what the fandom was like until I started recording Onyx Storm.
Oh, really?
I had no clue.
Oh.
Because
we're crazy.
I had been just
we're psycho.
Oh man, that's all.
I'm like, I've only actually read the first one. Even I know I'm a little psycho. So
that's fair.
Yeah, I had no idea. Because I went in, I did Fourth Wing, and I moved on. When I finish a project, I'm already looking at 2 projects ahead and kind of scheduling myself accordingly. So I'm always looking at the next thing.
We don't move on, Rob. We have PTSD.
Clearly.
We hold a grudge.
Clearly. But it wasn't until I went into the session to do Onyx Storm that the director told me. He was kind of like, he was like, yeah, just like people really dig Riddick. I was like, yeah. They were like, yeah, they love your performances. I was like, oh, cool. He was like, you haven't seen the reviews? And I was just like, I don't look at reviews. I'm like, I don't look at reviews of my work. And he was just like, you probably should. And I was like, why? And he was just like, they really like you.
Because you write at dawn.
He was like, you should jump onto social media. I think you'd be surprised at how much people like what you're doing.
I feel like you're almost, if not equally as protected as like the main characters. Like you are one of them.
I definitely feel that.
I'm like, we are like, don't touch him. Yeah. Do not do it.
Yeah, it was very interesting when I first jumped onto TikTok and was like, hey, by the way, I'm Riddick. If anybody was interested, TikTok exploded. And they were like, he's a real person. I was like, oh God. Oh my gosh.
All right, I'm logging out now. Okay, bye.
I was like, maybe I should get off the TikToks for a little bit. This is overwhelming.
Maybe I shouldn't be here anymore.
You're very passionate. What is happening?
Yeah, it was wild. It was wild. But yeah, I mean, I've made so many good friends because of it, and just so many great connections. And everybody's been so nice and incredibly lovely. So I mean, I have no complaints.
Which is awesome. I mean, I'm glad that you're not having... Have you had any, fans? I hate to say fans, but, fans that are, actually cuckoo-cuckoo, and you're like, calm down a little bit.
You said that so nicely, Essie. I'm like, that are psycho? That are psychotic?
Well, because I would be, if I meet, my favorite narrators in, real life, and, I want to be having, an autograph or a picture, I'd be like, we've talked. Hi. I need a photo. Words are gonna not word. They won't work.
No,
but like, there's some people that are obnoxious that are just gonna be like,
right.
You are required to please me and be taking my photo with me, and I'd be like, he's a person. You can chill.
I have the luxury of one being a guy.
True.
That already changes a lot of the dynamics.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also not a small guy. I am imposing in person. So that also kind of helps. So typically, especially since the majority of fans are female, it's usually one of two things. It's usually kind of like a, hey, I heard you in the book, you're really cool, and it's very like casual.
We're trying to play it off cool.
Yeah, like very chill. Then I'll have some that kind of just do like a tap, like hey, hey, and they're like really shy, and they're like, hey, can I get a picture? I'm like, yeah, it's cool. And then I have some that are shaking when they meet me. And it's very it's a very overstimulating kind of moment for them. And I'm very chill, the way I am now is kind of how I always am. And I'm like, hey, I was like, you're cool. I'm like, you take your time. I mean, there's some that'll be at my table, like a couple feet away, and they'll literally be like, I just need a minute. I'm working my way to you. Just give me a second. I'm like, okay.
Give me a second. Cool. You are the destination. Like, just give me a couple
because they're
minutes.
Like, you're right there, and you just looked at me. Give me a minute. Hold on. And I'm like, okay.
The eye contact at me. Just hold on.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
Just so we're clear, that would be me. And then, honestly, I'd probably just go the other direction.
I'd be like, I can't do it, bye.
I've seen that too, where they'll come over, they're kind of hover, and then they're like, and then they go away, and then they come back, do it again, maybe like 15 minutes later. I'm like, hey.
See, I'll get paranoid if I meet someone, but I'm like, the adrenaline just kicks in enough that like I talk like I'm a crazy ass squirrel, and I'm just like, hi, nice to meet you. I love your book. I love your work. Can I get a photo and a picture? Thank you so much. Because otherwise, if I try to sound normal, I'm like, I don't know how to do that. Hey.
Yeah, I've had a handful that, they would try to take a selfie, but they can't because they're like...
Because it's shaking.
Yeah, they're just like, can somebody else do it? And
can someone with more stability do this?
Yeah. So, no, it's been wild just because, like, I don't perceive myself in such a high place to warrant that kind of reaction. That when I see it, I'm just like, I do whatever I can to kind of make the person realize, like, I'm not a tiger. I'm not going to attack. We're good.
I'm just a human.
I'm just a dude. I'm just chilling.
I'm just a dude drinking my Gatorade and hanging out.
Yeah, I'm just chilling, just hanging.
I'm just vibing.
Yeah, I'm like, we're just vibing. It's nothing
like
crazy.
In Us magazine where it's like stars. They're just like us. They also drink Gatorade.
We do. Yeah. But everybody's very sweet, though. Everybody's incredibly sweet, very respectful. I think most always ask, like, can I get a hug? Is it okay? Or if we're doing a selfie, they're like, can I touch you, like, here? Is that okay? And I'm like, yeah, you're good.
It is crazy. I've heard, like, because, like, Addie and I are getting ready to go to a con next year, and, like, it's outside of our wheelhouse, but we've had a few people that have actually wanted to meet us, and we're still very new to the podcast world, and my face is just obnoxiously out on social media now, unfortunately, so people just start to recognize me a little bit more than Addie.
Obnoxiously
I'm just that name behind her. Like, no one knows who I am.
Like, I had one video go extremely viral on social media of calling people out, just saying, hey, Smutty buddy, stop doom scrolling and go read your book. That's all it was.
That's good.
Like, because that's just who I am. Is I'm like, I will be your hype man. I will be the buddy that just like tells you, like, go do this. You want to do it, go do it. Someone needs to tell you, just go do it.
Do the thing.
Literally true. I call her when I need motivation to do things. I'm like, I need to do my laundry. Can you tell me to do my laundry?
Listen, everybody needs that person.
Yeah.
Yell at me to go do the thing.
But like, we're getting ready to go do this con next year in Colorado, and it was like, I was talking with the director that's running it, and they were like, okay, we're going to have you sign a waiver. I'm like, what is the waiver for? And they're like, well, it's more acknowledging, like, you understand that people have to come up and ask permission if they want to do this instead of people assuming. Right. Because I guess in some cons, they will actually just like help themselves. And I'm like, listen, I'm cool if you're like, hey, I want to get a photo, take a picture, whatever. Like, that's fine. But don't just like, Addie, Essie, take a picture.
Right.
Because then I'm going to be like, calm down.
Do not touch me.
Relax.
You're
Get
lucky
your
I
hands in
showered. You're lucky I showered. Chill out.
I know, right? Let me reapply deodorant, then we can chill.
Then we can hang out for a second. Okay. So we do have some spicier questions to ask you.
All right.
Obviously, they're tasteful. We're not trying to be crazy.
Sounds
So if there is ever, for spicy scenes, do you ever find yourself like in reading a scene, spicy or not, that you're like, well, this is weird. I don't like,
I'm just saying, like, as a reader, there have been times where I sit there and I'm reading, and I will call Essie or she'll call me, and I'm like, I don't know what this means. Like, where are they? How are they?
But like, it has to be weird from the narrator's perspective of like, oh, how do I do that?
Yeah. I don't know if there's been anything. There is. Okay, yeah, there is weird. All right. I was like, as I started to think, and I'm like, wait, no, there was weird. So I narrated one book called Pizza That Ass.
Love it from the title alone.
All right, just follow me here. So it's so this girl, she buys a pizza with everything on it. Little did she know that the everything included like some kind of hallucinogens on the pie.
Okay.
And she basically ends up in a foursome with a pineapple man, a mushroom man, and a sausage man.
Oh.
Who, yeah. And they all take their turns with her.
Oh.
The sausage man also gives it to the pineapple man.
Oh.
And the sausage man can cut off his member, regrow it, and he feeds it to her.
That's a multitasking.
It's a wild one. It's a wild one.
Oh my.
Yeah. So that was the weirdest.
You know what's great, Essie, is I don't have a book picked out for you for next month.
It's short. You will clear that in a day. Very easy. It is wild.
There's a lot of pineapples and stuff happening.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. That just made me actually cry.
And apparently the pineapple man's ejaculatory fluids are pineapple juice. So it's not all bad.
You know.
So, yeah.
You know what?
It's an interesting
I just love this podcast so much because when we think that we've heard it all, we haven't.
I will never be able to drink tequila with pineapple juice the same again.
Not after that. And it'll have you looking at Hawaiian pizzas a little different.
Okay.
Oh, I like pineapple on my pizza, though.
I love Hawaiian pizza. So that just really...
You might want to check it out then. You might enjoy it, actually. You might like it more. But that was by Nerdy Reed and T.R. Olden. But yeah, give me a pizza that ass. So yeah, that was the weirdest so far.
I absolutely love it. Has there been...
Yep, definitely the weirdest.
I love it so much.
Has there?
But you weren't expecting that from me, were you?
I wasn't, but that honestly, I love it. I want to be surprised by answers, and some people, when we interview them, will just like give straight answers, be very professional, and we just go with the vibe of it. Like that's fine. But a piece of that ass, okay.
Give me a pizza that ass.
Sounds like a bad dad joke, and I fucking love dad jokes.
It's hilarious.
Oh my God, it's so good.
I mean, when I got it, I was just like, wait, what am I? Like, what? I'm a what?
I'm a what?
So it's not even like a monster or anything. It's like, no, I'm a pineapple man with his sausage and mushroom man buddies gang banging this chick on a beach. Okay. Well, that's new.
It was on a beach. It's so romantic.
It's so romantic.
What are you talking about? You're not gangbanging on a beach with pizza? What are you talking about? That's not normal.
Let me tell you, it took me a bit to eat pizza again because I was kind of like, I don't know if I should eat. I'm kind of turned on. Maybe. I don't know.
This is a little kinky. I don't know.
It's kind of hot. It's kind of hot.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like trying to like read now these questions to make sure I can actually read them correctly. Okay.
Oh my God.
Is there any characters that you have not played yet that you're like, I would love to play it someday? Or like characters, creatures, anything. Now we know you've played a pizza topping.
That was not on my bingo card ever. Never in my voice acting journey that I think I'd love to be a sentient pizza topping. But
in
here
a
we are.
gangbanging scenario.
But here we are, right? I'm trying to think. Creatures. I don't think No, I have voiced a dragon before. I don't think I've voiced like No, I have voiced a kraken before. Maybe like a minotaur or something. I think that'd be cool. I haven't done a minotaur yet.
As Addie's just like automatically thinking of the one spicy.
Those weren't spicy characters. Those were in fantasy books. There were no dragon or kraken gangbangs. No tentacles here.
You said Minotaur now. All I can think of is fucking Morning Glory milking farms.
Hey, there's an audiobook for it. It's fine.
Oh, there's an audiobook for everything at this point.
There's an audiobook for everything, and if there's not, there needs to be, because then I'll listen to it.
If it doesn't exist, make it.
Make it happen. Okay, So we have some fun Would You Rather games to go so that we're not taking up all your time.
Let's do it.
Would you rather narrate enemies to lovers or friends to lovers?
I feel enemies to lovers have better banter.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. That was the right answer.
I got you.
Addie's just trying to recover. So
they always have better banter than me. Friends to lovers, it's very sweet. I'd say they're more probably emotionally tied. So those they're very nice. There's like more.
It's like it's going to happen. So just
I like the struggle in those.
Yeah, Essie and I have such different likes of our genres. Like I want the enemies to lovers, and then she'll like give me a friends to lovers book. I'm like, cringe.
Yeah, because like friends to lovers, I feel like for those, it's always like a slow burning. It's about to have no, not this chapter, not this chapter. And it's like, oh my God, they got so close. Oh, they're right there. Oh, it didn't happen because somebody walked in. Oh, so, while enemies to lovers kind of like, yeah, well, you suck and I hate you, and then they're
doing
absolutely ravishing each other in a closet somewhere. I love that explosive release that they usually have. I think those are great.
See, and that's why I like both scenarios, but like Addie really is a dark mafia romance type of thing. She just loves dark stuff that just makes me scared and make me want to have therapy. I love a good age gap taboo. You should not want that, and yet I want to read it.
Okay.
It's fine. I'm already in therapy.
There you go.
Okay, so would you rather narrate mafia romance or a monster romance?
I've done monster romance. I haven't done mafia, so I would do mafia.
Okay. Billionaire.
Well, if you do a mafia romance, let me know, because those are my palate cleansers.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. I was in a sapphic one, but I was like side characters in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
All right. Billionaire or cowboy?
I've done cowboy. I'll do billionaire.
He's like, just check them off the bingo card. It's fine.
Yeah, the ones I haven't done, those are the ones I want to do.
All right. One POV or dual narration?
I like dual.
I do too.
I like dual. Yeah, I don't mind doing it, and it just depends on the genre. Like I don't mind solo narrating like a fantasy or like a lit RPG or something like that. But if it's anything involving romance, you have to have another narrator.
That it's
solo narrating. It just doesn't hit
It gets a little harder to do that, and somehow it's not how the readers interpret it. And...
Yeah, and from a performance side, for me at least, I like to know what she sounds like. Because then I have her voice in my head, and for me, it helps me emote better when I'm having, especially if it's like a really heavy moment. It helps when I know what she sounds like. If it's just me, I don't think I can hit as well.
That's fair. I get that. Okay. Grumpy sunshine or a dark romance?
Dark romance.
Yeah. See, I knew we were going to be best friends.
Hell yeah.
That's fair. And then last one for this one is a slow burn or an insta love?
Oh, man. Oh, that's a tough one. I'm going to go with slow burn. I feel like slow burns are a little bit more fun to perform.
I love a good slow burn. I don't need you to instantly just fall in love with me and give me a puppy and a kitten and a ring all in the same time. I don't want it.
Yeah. And in slow burns, get more of the growly out of the guy.
Yeah.
See, we love
like you growl. Hear him kind of untether. Yeah. I like that. In an insta love, it's kind of like, oh, this is just who I am, and things, worked out. With that slow burn, it's like you're able to play with him being like, I'm cool, I'm composed, nothing's gonna happen. I need her now. Like you want to hear that? Like I can't handle it.
Yeah, we all appreciate the growl.
Yeah. It adds something. It adds to that. To showing audibly that he is kind of losing that self-control.
That is, yes.
I like that.
We all appreciate that, yeah.
It's a nice it's a build-up.
Yeah. Like, you like that build-up. Like, going straight to the goods is like, oh, it's nice, but you like to work up an appetite.
Yes, we want to get the appetizer, go have the conversation, and then have the growl.
Yeah, every now and then you want a Big Mac, but sometimes you want a 12-course. Hello? Like, you gotta be fancy. Right?
Yeah. We're not picky, but we are.
Right, you gotta be in the mood for certain things.
Exactly. Yeah. So, for people that might be new to your work, is there any signature sayings or quotes that specifically that you're known for that the listeners would just like, it's automatically if they hear it, they know it's you? Like any lines?
Me, Rob, or like just like characters?
So like anything. So like Riddick, is there a line that Riddick specifically says?
So many, so many. Oh, there are so many. I've never seen so many quotes from Riddick in my life. I mean, I hate sewing is probably one of the ones that people love the most. Let's see. What's another good one? Oh yeah. Signeeson, have you been properly introduced to Best Guyeth yet? Good thing I fuck like a third. People love that one.
I love it.
What's another good one? Oh God, would you two just stop flirting and fuck already? Did I say that out loud?
I love it.
That's always a good one. I'm so glad I got on this horse. That's another one that people really like. I think those are like the biggest ones. I know anybody listening to anybody listening to this, they're gonna be like, no, but what about? I know Riddick is incredibly quotable.
Yeah, he really is. Like, I think Riddick's lines, like you hear them and you're just like, thank you. Someone needed to say it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. He is an absolutely well-written tension breaker with his nonsense. It's phenomenal.
And it's very relatable. Sometimes you just 100%. Need that person to just like break the tension, call it like it is, and just say, can you get it over with? Just go do something.
For sure.
Just go do it.
And then another good one that people did a lot of videos on. Just so you know, that strike up there, that wasn't us, if you know what I'm saying. People like that one a lot.
The audio listeners of this podcast are going to greatly appreciate.
Oh, yeah.
Because we're on YouTube along with all of the other streaming platforms. So,
nice.
Yeah, anybody that's not watching this visually probably should, because it's very entertaining. But I'm trying to think. Addie, do you have any other questions? We don't want to take up too much of his time, but this has been a blast.
You're good. You got me for as long as you want me.
Oh, I hit my desk again.
But at least your camera didn't move.
I know,
time,
my camera's
so there you go. You're saved.
This is what happens. I sit cross-legged at my desk, and then I hit my desk with my knee.
We always have this problem where we want to sit comfortably like little crisscross applesauce, hanging out, just having like a chat, and then one of us does something. Like I've before been like trying to focus on making the lighting right. The lighting will magically die. I'll accidentally unplug the my microphone.
Ma'am, it doesn't magically die. You forget to charge it.
Okay. It doesn't like to hold a charge for more than an hour, so that it will die. So now I just inadvertently have them plugged in and don't touch anything. So I'm like, it is there, and I have done all of the things correctly.
Oh, God.
I'm not the tech person. It's fine. I show up. I talk a lot. I break the ice. It's great time.
There you go.
That is my skill set. I know my skills and I do them well.
I know what I'm good at.
I know what I'm good at. It's talking, being unfiltered, and sometimes feral, and I'm great at that.
Oh,
and
God.
she has learned to not unplug her damn microphone.
There you go.
We learned very quickly if I do that, it completely removes my camera altogether.
Oh.
I then have to leave the podcast to come back into the podcast, and then it recovers it.
Mm-hmm.
It was a 20-second moment of trauma for Addie.
It was.
I'm alone.
I sat there, I was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. What am I doing? What do I do?
He's like,
Thank God she's back.
I'm the icebreaker. Like literally, even like we're in a Discord together, and I told her I normally hang out in there with people because we have narrators, we have authors and stuff in there, and so like it's a good place to like get to know people that are outside of just in the professional realm. And so I'm like, okay, download this. She's like, how do I do that? She's like, what do I do?
Literally said, I was like, I feel like a boomer right now. I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh,
like,
I don't blame you.
what? I had to literally
blame you.
FaceTime and screen share with her, and she's like, "Okay, click that button."
I'm like screen drawing on the phone as she's doing it. I'm like, you see this button right here with the arrow? Click on that.
God.
I'm like, you see this person? You have to add them so that you can join this call. Like, it's a cool experience.
Do so many other technology things. Apparently, Discord is not mine.
I hear you. Listen, I've built both of my computers that I use, my personal and my business one. I built them. Top to bottom, all components, picked them all out, put them together.
That's talent.
That's skills.
But building a Discord server, I was like, I don't know what I'm doing here.
What is this? I will say I did not build it. It is not originally mine. It's a different TikTokers that I'm in. And she invited me because, hold on, I was invited for my skill set of being a smutty buddy. People like to talk to smutty buddies about smut and talk about things. I don't judge. I love to hear all of it. I want to have conversations, and I'm not going to take anything of like, oh, you're hitting on me. No, if we're asking questions, we're asking questions.
Yeah.
Ask them.
Yeah.
And people really like talking to me and just being unfiltered and feral, and I respond as the question's asked. It's not taken in like why are you asking me that question?
Yeah.
Ma'am, if you were hitting on people when you did that, that means you've been hitting on me for like years.
How do you know I haven't been? Maybe I have been. You don't know.
Maybe
apparently.
you haven't been reading the signals there, Addie.
No, that would be a possibility, because the joke with my husband is the fact that I didn't realize he was flirting with me. And then like years later looked back at them. I'm like, oh, you put a winky face in that message. I guess you were. Like there's a straight up fucking winky face. He's like, so are you single? And I'm like, okay. Just conversation.
Whatever.
I just work here. It's fine.
I didn't. I've learned since then. I'm good.
That's fair. Okay, so we do have some bonus questions. My ADHD, I am trying to stay focused and be professional, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, what is your biggest, I can't believe I had to say that out loud moment that you've had to say in the booth?
Oh, probably most everything in that give me a pizza that ass. Most all of that.
What's one book that has emotionally wrecked you while you were narrating it?
Oof, The Addict. By Charlie Noir.
Oh.
I don't think I know that.
That
okay.
One
I've been emotionally wrecked before.
me.
Wait, why? How? Give me the details.
Oh, it's a heavy book. It's a really heavy book. It's three POVs.
Okay.
And I voiced the character Noah. And Noah he has an addiction issue. He was also traumatized as a child by his dad. And a lot of that still lingers and is still kind of apparent in his teenage years. He's like 19, 20. And he's kind of like in a semi-love triangle, basically, with the other two characters. He's really into the guy where that character, he's more kind of submissive to him, while with the female character, he's more dominant in that relationship. So there's that. Now, with that being said, there was one moment in the book that he is, I don't want to spoil it, but he's in a really bad, he's basically like he's on the edge.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's absolutely on the edge. And he's about to do something terrible. And just before it happens, he gets a call from the female character. And she doesn't know what's going on. She just calls. She's just calling. She's like, hey, what's going on? And because he's literally at rock bottom, hearing her voice in such a casual way kind of snaps him out of it. And she's like, hey, if you're busy or anything, like, very innocent, like, if you're busy, like, it sounds like you're doing something, like, I could leave you alone. And then he tells her, he's like, no. And then he just says, thank you. And then it kind of goes from there. And that was so hard. It was so emotionally heavy. Like, it's not it's just a big roller coaster of emotions in that that specific section. And
who's the author of that again?
Charlie Noir.
Charlie
Noir. Yeah, she's a phenomenal writer. The second book, Relapse, if it hasn't come out yet, it's coming out soon. But man, yeah, that one hit me really, really heavy.
Hit you in the feels.
I had to kind of I had to take a break. I finished that one. And I had to walk away for two reasons. One, besides the fact that it was emotionally heavy, I needed to make sure that performance-wise, it was where I wanted it. So then I went back and I listened to it, and I was in hearing it again, I was kind of like, oof, yeah, that's where I wanted it. So that was one of them. One of the books that hit me. And then in one that actually knocked tears out of me, was in a book called Fire Blooms. That one is by Alexandra Villasante. And in that one, I'm playing a young high school dude. And it's a section where he loses his grandmother. Now, he was raised by his grandmother. And he ends up finding out that she's, going to pass. And I prepped the book. In prepping the book, in reading it, like I said, I kind of read it like as I'm planning to perform it, I started to cry. I was like, damn, that was heavy. That was really well written. Because it's him, his grandmother, and his dad. And but I read it, it knocked the tears out of me. I'm like, damn, she got me. That was good. All right, but now I'm ready. Now I'm ready to perform. So I went into the studio. To record. I recorded it. I cried. The director cried. The engineer was just oh, crap. They were like, oh, crap. And I was just like, son of a bitch. Like, that was not supposed to happen. I thought I got all
the tears out.
I know. I was like, I thought I was ready for this. It did not matter. It's just so well written that it really doesn't matter. It just hits you, And if you're performing it accordingly, I mean, that's tooting my own horn on that one. It shows that I was on the mark the first time that I did it, and because it happened the second time, it means I landed exactly where I wanted to. So, yeah, those two were really heavy moments for me.
Yeah. I think the one book that actually got me in all of the feels, like books can typically leave some type of an impression on me for the most part, but the one that actually like marble teardrops out of my eyes, I was actually like, was The Last Letter by Rebecca Yarros. I couldn't, I was not okay. Like my husband was like, "Are you good?" I'm like, "No."
I'm laughing because
am
that was a
okay.
book I picked for her to read for a monthly read.
Oh, man. Emotional damage.
So she will warn me typically beforehand of like a book that she like. I'm okay with a cliffhanger book, like that's fine because sometimes you just need those books to just like leave you just wanting more, and I'm okay with that. She does not want those. And sometimes I don't care. I'll give it to her anyway. But
I'm
when she did
aware.
that, but when she did that to me, I literally sent her the photos of me on the couch, physical tears running down my eyes, and I was like, "Oh my god, this just fucked me up."
Well, when I picked it, I didn't realize how like bad it was going to be, and then I like spoilers. I like spoiling the ending of books.
Okay.
So I went to read what the end of the book was, and I texted her or called you, and I was like, if you just want to like record how you are at the end of the book, you should do that. I want to see.
Oh, he's so bad.
It was, and I didn't realize, like, I try to not look at spoilers on social media before I finish the book because there's going to be reactions to books. There always is. And I finished it, and I then saw how many people were like, "I am not okay. I am pissed." I'm like, okay, this tracks with my feelings then. Okay, cool. I was just...
Oh,
and I don't read triggers. I also like to go into things very blindly. And some people say like I need to pay attention to triggers, and I full on send it. Like unless it's a certain trope, which I will specifically make sure it doesn't have it before I start the book. Because if it doesn't, I won't read it. Like it's not my cup of tea. But if it doesn't, I'm good. Otherwise, so reading it, I'm like, oh God. Okay, I got this. And again, narrating, like listening to these people, you hear those emotions. Like this girl's on the verge of tears, and I'm like,
man.
I'm okay.
You're
No,
not
I'm not.
okay.
I'm not okay.
I'm okay. I'm not okay.
I am not okay. Have you ever been a team book boyfriend while narrating a book?
How do you mean?
So, like for Fourth Wing, for example, a lot of people can be team Xaden or team like they're team Violet, or they're like they specifically are focused on a character. But have you ever been reading a book or a series or narrating it that you've been like, I am team book boyfriend?
I don't think I've ever really kind of looked at it that way.
That's fair.
Yeah,
That's
I think from a narrator's perspective, it's a little tricky because you're kind of like seeing it in the overall, so you kind of don't necessarily see it in that frame. But I mean, if we're going off of Riddick, I mean, he's 100% Team Violet. Like he's he has a little fear of Xaden, a little bit.
We all do.
Maybe he doesn't admit it, really. But he's all about. I mean, Violet's his girl. That's his right. That's his ride or die homie.
That is very true.
Yeah.
But I think that's all the questions I had. Addie, did you have any?
No, I think just one last question, wrap it up, is like, which character have you voiced that you think is like the most like you? Please don't say Pineapple Man.
No, the Mushroom Man. No, actually, God, that was a weird one. Most like me, I would say it's kind of a toss-up between Riddick and, in some facets, and the character Victor in a series that in that long running series that I narrate, Victor of Tucson, because Victor is he's very kind of much. I've modeled him to sound like me, and he is a very altruistic character. He's very honorable. He wants to do the right thing. He's not like hungry for like power per se, but he's always looking to improve himself to some capacity. Like he wants to be better because he wants to make his ancestors proud. And he's a very prideful character. So I could see myself a lot in that. While Riddick, if you meet me socially, you'll see why. You meet me in person, you're like, holy crap, it's just him. That's no wonder. He wasn't acting. Him. He's just Rob. But they called him Riddick. So yeah, I'm very goofy. I'm very chill. I'm very casual. So in that regard, I'm very much like him. I'm cracking jokes. You know, so yeah. That's cool. Riddick is very much like me.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So where can people find you if they absolutely love and thrive on these podcasts? But where can people find you and be like, let's hear more of his voice?
Yeah,
where can we find you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm on Instagram. TikTok is probably where you'll see and hear me the most. Both of those you can find me with my name with VO at the end, so Robb Moreira VO. That's the easiest way to find me. If that's even difficult, if you just Google me, I'm like the first 9 or 10 pages. I'm very searchable. I'm all over the damn place. And then if you want to just see my work, the easiest way is to check out Audible. Audible is where you'll see my full catalogs. Under my Robb name, I have probably around 260 books available there. I have 380 on graphic audio if you want to see my graphic audio work. In terms of my pseudo Ivan, I think I have about 17-ish, and it's still brand new. I kind of started doing more stuff under that name maybe a year ago. So that one's still kind of coming up. A lot of books on pre-order, though. I think I have 5 under Ivan. I think I have 10 under Robb.
And you said Ivan does more of the spicy?
Ivan is all spice.
Oh, okay. So I might start being more aware of Ivan. Got it.
Yeah, okay. Ivan is all. Yeah, if you want to see all the schmexy stuff, that's going to be all mostly under Ivan. Not to say I haven't done some under Robb, but those are usually more romance heavy kind of stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so you'll find those there. But yeah. That's
very cool.
Thank you for being here today.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Sure. My pleasure. Thank you. This is fun.
Yeah, we're still a very baby podcast, but we're trying to hang out with more narrators that we love listening to, and just obviously we love your work.
Thank you.
I love your work. She's still new to it, but no,
there's a lot to dig through, and thankfully
I do love
a lot of genres,
the graphic audios. So I think when I eventually let myself read Iron Flame and Onyx Storm.
She's scared.
I'm not scared. I just don't like a cliffhanger.
I hear you. Well, if you want some light fare, I also do Archie on graphic audio if you want some fun stuff. So
let's go listen to something else.
Those are fun.
Yeah.
Those are nice fun one-shots.
Exactly. The one-shot wonders. Or you can go listen to him as a pizza topping.
I know. I almost feel like I should.
You don't need more than 2 hours. So it's very quick to consume.
Exactly. Especially if you like pineapples.
Especially if you like Hawaiian pizzas.
Oh,
man.
God.
Let me tell you.
This was amazing. But thank you again so much for hanging out with us.
For sure.
Smutty Buddies, as always, we love having you. Thank you for hanging out with us. Go follow Robb. Go listen to A Pineapple Topping. Or if you haven't listened to Fourth Wing, you're living under a damn rock. You need to go listen to it. I'm telling you, as your Smutty Buddy mayor, go do it.
Do it.
Just do it.
It's a good
series. Yeah.
Everyone make good choices.
And if you don't, tell us afterwards. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.